Hello, thank you everyone for joining us today. I am your host, Santiago Man, and today we are going to be talking about our electric guitar books and programs. So let's jump right into it. Today, we will take a look into our electric guitar syllabus and materials. We will also identify the benchmark skills at each level. We will identify how the exam repertoire supports holistic musical learning, and we will also understand the assessment criteria and the exam process. As you already know, probably know, Rockschool falls under the RSL umbrella, sharing the stage with vocational qualifications, Performing Arts Awards, and the creative qualifications. Inside Rockschool, we have 10 different programs, and as I said a few minutes ago, today we will focus on the Rockschool Guitar program, which has a total of 10 levels. The first two levels are called Premier and Debut, and then we have level 1 through 8. The electric guitar program was designed to develop the technical and musical skills required for students to become great musicians and great guitar players. Inside each one of these books, you will find 12 different tracks. 6 of those tracks are well-known hits, and the other 6 tracks are Rockschool originals that were especially commissioned to meet the guidelines and the criteria of each level. We have 2 different kinds of exams. Performance certificate exams, which consist in 5 pieces, 3 of which can be completely free choice. And we also have the leveled music exam, which consists on 3 pieces. 2 of them can be free choice pieces. We also have technical exercises such as scales, arpeggios, chords, stylistic studies, and other kind of stuff. And sight reading or interpretation and improvisation, a quick study piece, ear tests, and general musicianship questions. Now, how do we break this down and how do we focus on each one of these areas? We focus on the performance pieces. We focus more on it. 60% of the whole thing is taken by the performance pieces. 10% is sight reading and interpretation and improvisation. 15% technical exercises. 10% is ear tests or ear training. And 5% is the general musicianship questions. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to show you a few songs. On the right side, we have the music, and which has both music notation and taps. And on the left side, we can take a look at the guidelines for each one of these levels. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the guidelines, we're going to listen to the song, and we're going to see if they match. For this very, very first level, which is not level 1, it's actually level debut, we have, it's beginner. So as far as physical techniques, the piece must demonstrate ability to move between chords and single notes. The piece should demonstrate the use of a pick or first 2 fingers of the picking hand. The piece should demonstrate basic damping techniques. As far as expressive techniques, the piece should demonstrate basic legato and staccato. Rhythm-wise, the piece should demonstrate the use of whole, half, quarter, and eighth notes, plus whole, half, and quarter note rests. And instrument compass, the piece should contain the prevalence of open and first positions with some movement up the 3rd fret. So fairly simple, simple stuff. And the cool thing about these songs is that they're simple versions of the songs, but they still sound like the original song. And that's something that I really like about it. So let's take a listen to Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix for debut guitar.
Hey Joe, where you're going with a gun in your hand. I'm going down to shoot my lady. You know I caught her messing around with another man.
Cool. So as we can see, the song sounds like the original "Hey Joe." It's just a much more simplified version of it. As we talked about it before the song, before I play the song, and we can confirm that this song has quarter notes, simple open chords on the first position, whole notes, and half notes. So a very simple version of "Hey Joe," and your student will still feel like he's playing the original Jimi Hendrix "Hey Joe" tune. Now let's go with the next level. Well, not the next level, but the next example that I have here for you guys is level 4, Funkometer. This is an original, a Rockschool original, and we're getting level 4 is right there in the middle throughout the whole program. It's getting a little bit more challenging. We have the same things, physical techniques. The physical technique part of it is the same as a previous example, plus more stuff. So this time I want to play the song first, and then we'll go to the guidelines and read it and take a look at it.
Funkometer. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice. Okay. So a little bit more interesting, a little bit more challenging. We have different note figures now, as we can see here. We have dotted 8 notes, 16 notes, different chords in different positions of the guitar. We have 7 chords, a very interesting walk down right here, chromatic walk down, very funky sounding song. And then we take a look at the left side. Let's take a look at the guidelines. We have the same guidelines and the same criteria as the previous level, plus a few things more, like the piece should demonstrate fretting hand damping techniques, alternative picking, use of double stops on adjacent strings, and bar chords. So we definitely have a lot of that here on this song. They're asking for legato and staccato as well, more dynamics, piano, mezzo forte, and forte, and other techniques like slides, accented notes, trillers, hammer-ons, pull-ups, etc. We definitely have a lot of that here. Our rhythm skills, now we're going to be concentrating on the same, whole, half, quarter, 8 notes, and 16 notes, plus dotted half notes, dotted quarter notes, and dotted 8 notes, and their associated rests, and a little bit of syncopation as well. We have a lot of that in this song as well. So definitely getting more challenging. And now let's go to the next song. Let's see what level we're in right now. We're getting into level 6. This is a great song, "I Want to Be Your Lover" by Prince. Now let's listen to this again, and we'll do the same. All right, so now let's take a look at this. This song has a few more elements here that we can take a look at. Mostly on the rhythm part of things, that was very evident. On on the left side, we can see that the use of syncopation and swung 16 notes and triplet 16 notes are something new in this level. 4/4 time signatures, sometimes signature variations like 3/4, 5/4, 6/4, and 7/8. We didn't have those odd meters right here, but we did definitely have some more complicated chords and more complicated physical techniques. Now, let's take a look at our next song, level 8. This is also a Rockschool original. It's called Lead Sheet. This one looks fairly way more challenging than the rest of them. Let's take a listen to it.
Lead sheet. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice. Now that sounds challenging, definitely challenging, more into the progressive rock fusion style. A lot of riffs going on here, distortion riffs, and a lot of picking technique. So let's listen. Let's take a look at the guidelines right here on the left side. I'm going to focus a little bit more on the expressive techniques, as we have a lot of that going on here. You know, the same stuff that we talked about in the previous levels. Now we have, besides the slides, we also have accented notes, trills, hammer-ons, pull-ups, the use of control bends, natural and false harmonics. This style requires very good understanding of those techniques, and we can definitely find a lot of that here on this song. Same thing with the time signatures, you know, the regular 4/4, and we also have 3/4, 5/4, 6/4, and 7/8 in some of the songs at this level. Not in this one in particular, but definitely something that we can find. Now, as far as the instrument, we at this level, level 8, we definitely need a complete mastery of the whole fingerboard. So considering this is the last level of the program, by this time you should definitely be able to go through the whole fretboard, understand where all the notes are, understand where the chords are, and you know, we have a lot of, in this song in particular, something I'd really like to, we have a lot of you know, arpeggios and string skipping and all that kind of stuff. So definitely way more challenging than the previous levels.
Lead.
Now, let's talk about the book. What else can we find in the book? The book has 12 tracks, as we spoke about it a few minutes ago. We have 12 tracks that includes the score and links to download the full audio on the backing track. What's really cool about this is that you can get to play along with the guitar, the bass, the drums, and the whole band, but you also get a different track in which we took the guitar out, and you get to play lead along with the bass player, the drummer, and the rhythm guitar. So you get that. You also get fact files for every single song that we have in our books. We have a separate sheet that talks about a little bit of the background of the song, so that you can have a better context. For example, we can talk about the people who wrote the song, who produced it, how it was recorded, what year was it recorded, in which studio was it recorded also. So a lot of cool stuff and a lot of cool information about the songs. And also something that I really like is that we also include another page that talks about the specific different sections of the song, including how to get the tone in your amp. So that's really cool because we explain to you how much of your gain you should be adjusting in order to get the right distortion sound, how to adjust your EQ to get that funky sound as well. So that is also very, very important. We also have technical exercises, scales, arpeggios, chords, stylistic studies, sight reading, interpretation, and improvisation exercises, ear tests, and general musicianship questions. We're going to take a look at those, a few examples right now. All right, so we're going to take a look at some technical skills right here. Right here at the top, I'm going to share my screen this way because I have a better view of the player. Now, right here on the top left side, we have the level 1 electric guitar example, which is just a simple riff. Let's listen to it.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, fairly simple, very simple beginner rock and roll riff. Let's listen to level 3 electric guitar riff.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right, and finally, let's listen to level 5, the level 5 electric guitar riff example.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice, very nice and funky. Cool. All right, let's go to the next page. This is a very cool and interesting one. This is a level 8 stylistic study little piece right here. We have 3 choices: rock, metal, funk, or jazz, Latin, and blues. Let's listen to it and let's pay attention to the music notation and see what it sounds like.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice. So very technical, very advanced, very focused on arpeggios, right? Now, as far as sight reading and improvisation, we have the following examples. Example number 1, let's listen to it and then we'll analyze the sheet, the music sheet.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
All right, so in this case, we were looking at this one right here in the bottom for level 1. So the target, or what we're really looking for in this exercise, is that the student will be asked to play an improvised line to a backing track of 4 bars in the key of either C major or A minor. So this was it. So in this case, the student gets to improvise, use his or her knowledge of the skills that are required to do to improvise over these chords, and that's pretty much it for this example. Now let's go to the next example for level 3.
1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three.
Again, you will be asked to be, or if you're a student, the student will be asked to play an improvised line to a backing track of 4 bars. In this case, it would be either G major or A minor. You may choose to play either rhythmic chords or a melodic line. And again, you know, it's still fairly simple, just a little bit more challenging than the very first example. And let's listen to this last example right here for level 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. One, two.
All right, so in grade 5, the improvisation and interpretation test contains a small amount of sight reading. This consists of a 2-bar section rhythm notation at the beginning of the test, and you will be asked to play the chords in the rhythms indicated and complete the test using improvised line made up of chords or lead lines where indicated. So basically, you get to start this by following what's written there, and then after that, you can take off and do some cool improvisation with chords or a melodic line or a solo. Now let's take this quick study piece for level 8. What is this about? You have to, you know, let's read this right here. At this grade, you will be asked to prepare and play a short, quick study piece. Printed below are 3 examples of the type of quick study piece you're likely to receive in the exam. You will be shown the test and play the track with the notated parts played. Any bars that require improvisation will not be demonstrated. You will then have 3 minutes to study the test. The backing track will be played twice more. You will be allowed to practice during the first playing of the backing track with the notated parts now absent before playing it into to the examiner on the second playing of the backing track. The style of your quick study piece is determined by the stylistic study you selected in the technical exercise section. And this quick study piece is in the form of a lead sheet, and it's up to you to create your own interpretation of the music and the parts marked for improvisation. So basically, you know, very straightforward. You start by reading this, and then you can take off, and you get 3 different choices of different styles. And let's listen at this one.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice, really cool. So you start by following the first 4 bars. You have to sight read this, and then you get to improvise for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars, and then you are back to sight reading. So very cool and very straightforward as well. Now I want to talk to you about a few things that are very, very important as for your experience, for your teaching experience, and for the students' experience as well. When you become part of this, when you become part of a Rockschool, you have also access to this amazing tool called Replay. Replay is it's truly a game changer in the way you can practice your songs and your assignments, and the way that you can keep track of what your students are doing. This online platform has all of the songs in our curriculums. You have access to all of the songs, as I said, and you can practice all of these songs at different tempos. You can isolate maybe 2, 3, or 4 bars that you really want to focus on, and you could loop them. You can bring down the tempo. You can bring up the tempo. You can change the key. It's just a great way to practice, and this is also included in our new learning platform that we just launched last week, and we are so super excited about this. Our learning platform not only includes Replay, but it also includes all of our books, all of the audio tracks and backend tracks for your student to practice. But it also has Zoom integration for your lessons, for your distant learning lessons. It has different ways for you to track your students' progress. You can also assign homework to your students. Your students can record themselves practicing and playing so that you can see how they're doing. So it is truly a game changer. And what's really great about this learning platform is that it's completely free for all teachers. And all you have to do is sign up for our teacher registry, create a profile, and then you'll have complete free access to our learning platform. And for the students, it's just a very simple monthly membership or subscription. Very affordable. So this is just a great way to get started with Rockschool, and the value is just incredible. So again, access to all of our books, access to Replay, access to Zoom, tools to track your students' progress, video integration. I mean, just incredible. One more thing that you should also do is you should sign up for Teach Today. And Teach Today is also a great way for you to start engaging with us. You can download the first 3 publications of any book you want or any instrument that you want. And you also get access to all of the audio files, and you get access to our teacher registry, in which you get placed in the map and let students find you. So really all of this, again, if I didn't say this enough, this is all for free. And this is all for you to start engaging with Rockschool and taking your teaching experience to the next level. Now, let's talk about the exams and the assessment and how we divide the sections and the assessment criteria, etc. So we have 3 different sections in our exams. And the first one is the performance pieces. The second one is the technical exercises. And the third one are the unseen tests. The unseen tests are the sight reading and improvisation and the quick study pieces. There are the ear tests, and then there are also the general musicianship questions. And then inside these sections, we have the assessment criteria, which we have 4 different criteria. The first one is the command of instrument, which basically is how well you are controlling your instrument, how the consistency of your sound and the tone, and how good you're producing that sound with your instrument. The second one is sync or pulse, which is basically the alignment of the performance to the backing track or the metronome, how well you're following that rhythm and that tempo. Number 3 is the accuracy and understanding, which talks about representing the written notation accurately. And number 4, style and expression. how well you are reading this music and how well you're following the dynamics and the instructions on how loud, how soft, how expressive you should be in each one of these songs. Now, as a student, what do you get after each assessment? You get this mark sheet. The examiner gets to write down your grades in this of each section in this mark sheet. We just talked about all of the 4 assessment criteria, which is command of instruments, synchro pulse, accuracy and understanding, and style and expression. And you can get anything from 0 to 20 in each one of those criteria. The bands of assessment are pass, merit, or distinction. And then you also get written feedback. This box in the bottom of the sheet is a section for the examiner to write down any feedback or tips or things that he or she thinks that the student should work on. So in a nutshell, the exams, let's talk about them really quickly. We have 3 kinds of exams right now. We have the traditional face-to-face exams, we have live video exams, and we have a pre-recorded video exam. The live video exam and the pre-recorded video exams, you can sign up for them anytime, whenever your student or your students are ready, you can sign up for them. Opposed to the face-to-face exams, those happen at certain times of the year. We have 2 kinds of exams. We have the full leveled exam, which consists in 3 pieces, technical exercises, and general musicianship questions. But we also have the performance certificate exam, which is only 5 pieces. So you get to choose which one you want to do. And as I said, you can do these 2 kinds of exams in any format. As I said, 2 live video exam, pre-recorded or face-to-face. We also have inside the full level exam, those 3, you have 3 pieces, but 2 of them can be free choice. And in the performance certificate, you have 5 pieces and you get to choose 3 of them. Those 3 are free choice pieces. I talked to you about Teach Today a few minutes ago, but let me just be a little bit more specific about it. When you sign up for our teacher registry, you can also sign up for Teach Today. And again, this is an opportunity for you to get the first 3 publications of any instrument that you like. In this case, you can get the first 3 publications of electric guitar, along with other really cool resources like your backing tracks and how to plan your teaching and just great stuff. And again, this is for free. And not only that, but our website is full of just great stuff for you to check out. We have a news page with quick tips on how to choose a piece, for example, quick tips on how to get ready for the exam if you were a student. We also have artists in focus. We talked about certain artists. We just released something about AC/DC and Angus Young. So we're constantly uploading stuff to our blog. And we also have a YouTube channel with lots of content for you to get a better idea of what Rockschool is and to enhance your teaching experience. Finally, I want to thank you for coming to this webinar and taking a deep look into our electric guitar programs and books. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Also feel free to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. If you want to get in touch with me, you can do so by writing me an email to any of those addresses that you can see right now on your webpage. And if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. Thank you very much.